So recently I found this very simple design style and layout that are making Etsy sellers thousands of dollars a month. So I want to show you what I found and show you how to create things like this using Kittl. So in this video, a full tutorial in Kittl using a prompt that I made recently that I shared in the shirt head. So lots to see in this video. Let's get to it. All right, so first here I am on the shirt head. This is the school community that I run with Jay D'Souza, and this is the post that I made recently. I found this vintage borderless illustration panel style, that's what I'm calling it. And you can see a lot of examples I shared on Etsy that I found and one that I made in Kittl. So we're gonna go through that. I'm gonna go to Kittl and show you what I did. And I actually have a prompt right here. If you go to the shirt heads, I'll put a link in the description. You can see this as well. Now, one of the things that helped me decide that these things are actually selling is ProfitTree. So I'll put a link in the description for ProfitTree as well. I'm using Etsy Radar, and you can see I've looked for some of these. So, well, what it sells. So I'm going to go through all here. You can see all these tabs for Etsy. Here's my Kittl project. First, check this out. The flowers designs. All I did was put it inside of here, right? You can put it in there, and that's it. I'm not using anything special, just ChatGPT image 2 here. And look at that. I love that it's very limited in colors. You can see that this one's using different colors than this one. I asked it to make 4 different ones. So that's why you're seeing 4 different ones with different colors. Isn't that amazing? That's so cool. And then, of course, you can put words on the top and on the bottom, but you don't have to, like that example that we just saw. So it doesn't only work for flowers, although we saw lots of flowers on Etsy. This prompt, you can change it out. And this one is camping. Check that out. Camping. This is the one that I used as an example in the shirt heads post there. So as you can see down here, you can see all this information for ProfitTree. So if you want to get ProfitTree, again, I'll put a link in the description. You get this is the Etsy Radar, but you get so much more with ProfitTree. I'll put a link in there with a code that you can get for a discount. And you get all of these things. Etsy Radar, Shop Finder, Product Finder, that Rupert one that I did a video for. I'll put that video right here so you can see it. But yeah, all of this stuff in there for ProfitTree. It's really helpful if you want to look on what's actually selling on Etsy and not having to guess. Check this one out. So very simple, right? You have words on the top, words on the bottom, and kind of a square shape of designs. And so that's going to be the layout, the very simple layout. And look at this right here. Total revenue, $38,000 over the year. This month, monthly sales, 113 sales with 4,000 revenue, right? For just a very simple design like this. And this isn't the only one. So check this out. A little different art style, but same layout, right? The words up top, the flowers in the middle, and words on the bottom. This one's using 2 different kinds of fonts. You can do that. So a lot of variations in this style, but check this out. $20,000 revenue on this one. This one, 20 sales, this monthly revenue, 800. So I'm going to show you some more that aren't as old. This is 1 year old. Check this out. Pretty similar. 1 year old, 2,200 revenue. I said I was going to show you some newer ones. This one is 1 year old, but here's some other ones. 2 months old. Check this out. I really love this one. I like this style, and this is the style that my prompt was based off of. So kind of this woodcut style, very few colors. I think it does really well. You can see 340 revenue in 2 months, and most of that is in the last month. Monthly sales 10 and 309. So very cool one. Using the same font on the top and on the bottom, I think this is something that you can really easily do in Kittl. So I'm going to show you that. And it's a bestseller right here. Here's another example. Check this out. It doesn't have to be a square. It can be a rectangle, but you can see very limited colors again, probably 3 colors here, and that's what's in my prompt. And text on top, text on bottom. Only 2 months old, but getting 620 total revenue, 400 in the last month, 12 sales, lots and lots of views. This is also a bestseller on Etsy. Just a few more here. Wildflowers, right? Flowers are really popular on Etsy. This one's only 3 months old and getting $296 in revenue. Check this one out. This is another way you can see the kind of a square shape, text on top, text on bottom, right? These are selling on Etsy. Another one, $726 in revenue, only 3 months old. Let's go through here. Only 1 month old, getting lots and lots of sales. All right, so back on this one. Yeah, so you can see this turned out really good. This is the one I shared in the shirt heads. I just have text up here, and you can use any text you want, but I use this one. This is called Good Girl in Kittl, and really all I did was take this same design. So I'm going to show you right here. Oh, actually this design, you can see I knocked out the background. When I make the design, it actually has a background, this one right here. And you can just come in here and say remove background. So let's do that. And that's what I would put on the shirt. So let's say I have something like this, right? And come here, and there you go. So now, because I removed the background, if we decide to not just use a white shirt and use more like a light pink shirt or a light yellow shirt or a light blue shirt, you can see the shirt color will show through, and that's what you want. So remove the background after creating that prompt, and then put words on it or below it if you want. I want to show you some other ones that I made, how good this prompt is here. So this one is for the beach. Check it out. Man, I really love this kind of distressed. It's in there already. I didn't add the texture to it. That's part of the prompt, and just looks really cool. I love the vintage colors on it. This one's probably my favorite right here, and this one. So I'm going to show you how to make a couple of t-shirts here for this. So let's do it real quick here. I'm going to take this one, move it over here, have removed background. And while that one is going, let's show you a couple more here. This one is more for like a beach and book lovers. So if you love reading books in the summer, that's what this one is for. You can see I used only a few colors too. I like the different colors here. This one's a little darker and this one. So I'm just going to take this one. I think they're all great. And I'm going to remove the background on this one too. Remove background. There you go. And Kittl has all of this. You could create it as a vector too, but I think it's fine on here. I'm going to make sure it fits the space, and we're going to add some text later to these. So you can see how I can scale this and use this for different niches on different topics. And last one, coffee. Check that out, how that looks. I love that it puts like big and small into it, this prompt. It has some small items and some bigger items, graphics, but the style of it is very vintage, has that texture on it. Really, really cool. I love how this one is kind of really balanced, the bigger in the middle, and so on. So you can use this for, this is just to say you can use this for literally any niche or topic that you have. All right, so let's start adding some text to this. What I would do here, now that I have this knocked out, yep, it's knocked out, I'm going to add some text. So I'm just come in here and do text and add headline, and there it is. And I'm just going to type in the words I want first, then we'll pick a font. So this one, I'm going to say sunshine, state, maybe sunshine, one word. And then we saw the other one that said that. And down here, I'm using option, click and drag to copy, state of mind. That's how easy it is. So I would first maybe pick one of these colors. You can come in here, use the text colors, use the eyedropper and click it. There you go. Use the same color like that. And now that we have that color, we can pick it down here. And you could probably use this font. It's okay. I think it works, but I'm going to try another font here. I like using the handmade fonts here in Kittl. So click on that, and oh, that one's pretty cool. We got some roughness in the graphic itself. So sometimes using that same kind of roughness works really well. I like this adventure run here, Adventure 505. Let's see what that looks like for this one. Adventure handmade, Adventure 05. Yeah, that's really cool, right? So let's come in here. Now, you can either make this bigger like that, or you might want to just use something on the side here. So I like to pick something in here like this flower right there. So I'm going to click option, drag it out. So I copy that. And one of my tricks is to use the crop here. And let's just crop that flower out. Boom. Now we may have to crop it even more. Let's do this. Get really close in there so the tree isn't part of it. Like that. Boom. Now I can use that and put it on the side here. Check that out. Just so to fill in the space. Maybe like that. And I can click on it, option, click, drag over here. And then I'm going to right click and then flip this horizontal just to have like a mirror image of it. Isn't that cool? Look at that. We did that so quick. Of course, I did this prompt earlier, but the prompt comes out really quick too. So once you get this in here, it's done. And you can put this on different color t-shirts. So light t-shirts, right? Let's see what it looks like on a mock-up. So let's click this mock-up. Oh my goodness, that's amazing. And we can put it on a person too. Let's see, yeah, that looks great, right? That's so cool that Kittl does this, that you can just see what it looks like on a person. So I think that did really cool. And it could be, I wonder if there's any beach ones. Yeah, there's beach objects, but oh, this person's at the beach. Perfect. Oh, we're going to have to change it right here. There we go. And sunshine state of mind. Isn't that cool how the mockups work on Kittl? It moves along the shirt like that. I think that turned out great. Okay, let's see this book club one right here. So this one, again, is also, I'm just checking to see if the background is removed, and it is. So let's do the same thing. So let's do text. We're going to do headline, put it up here. I like to choose the darker color. So the darker color is this one right here. So I'm going to click on that just so we keep the 3 colors. Okay, so we need some words. So I'm going to type it in. Booked for summer. Okay. Now we got the words in. Again, it still looks pretty good just with that plain text because the graphic is the thing that really sells it, right? But let's do some other text. We go to handmade, see if we can find some. That one's a fun one, this nuggy. Let's see what else we got. I like any of the adventure ones too. I think those work really well, but let's scroll down here and make sure that we are not missing anything. That one's kind of cool. That one's kind of neat. That has that roughness to it. Box pot. We might come back to that. I'm looking for something that kind of fills the space. Oh, that is kind of cool. No, that's too much. That hand drawn is kind of cool. I want something thick though. Oh, distro. Wow, that's kind of cool. A lot like the one we used already. Fancy brush, freckle face. Oh wow, Kittl just has so many good fonts. Sometimes it's hard to choose, but you just got to choose one. I like going down and just looking for like the thick ones here. Oh, this is a cool one. This cap. All right, I got this Musco Origins. That's kind of cool. Noka Gum. This one's kind of cool. All right, I love how it kind of has some vintage feel to it. So I'm going to do that. And let's see, Noka. If I come in here and scroll up to all the way to the top, it's going to show me the ones that I've already used. And right there. So I like it. Let's make it bigger. Now, another thing you can do to space it out is to give it some space in between the letters. And that's this right here, letter spacing. So I can type in like 50. And then you can see it spaced it out just a little bit. And I think that works. So let's do 50 here. 50. Boom. And sometimes I like to put like a double space in between. So let's hit this space again. The space again. That's kind of nice. Actually, I think that's too much space. I'm going to get rid of it again. There you go. Book for the summer. Sometimes you want to make it from edge to edge, and that's fine. And sometimes that we saw on it, we have text on the top and text on the bottom that's different, like different fonts. So let's try and play with that. Maybe this one is a font, like script font. Let me see if I used a script font recently. Nope. But let's see. I know one called OnTel. There it is. It's better upper lowercase. So let's do the summer. Not bad. Or I could do for the summer here. You know, that could work too. So I could do booked for the summer. That's kind of cool. However you want to do it. This one, if you have just one word up there, one way to do that is to find a wider one. So maybe the one that we use here is wider. I know that the adventure is pretty wide here. See that? Sometimes that fits better. Booked for the summer. And we can make this bigger too. I think on this one, we don't need the 50 back. There you go. That's how you do it. And let's look at this on a mock-up as well. Let's see what other beach ones. Oh, this one's kind of cool. Oh, what happened here? Oh, there we go. Booked for the summer. Kind of neat, huh? I like how that turned out. We can try it on different ones too. Let's see if there is an actual beach design here. You can put it in the back of the shirt, front of the shirt. I think that's the same person. Let's do this one. There you go. Booked for the summer. Now, the nice thing about these mock-ups is if you actually put the color of the t-shirt in the background here, or use a different color in the background, it will change the color of the shirt. Check it out. If you want pink, you can get pink right here. If you want yellow, it will change it on the t-shirt too. So really cool, fun thing to do on Kittl. There you go. So that is what I found on Etsy. Again, you can go back, use ProfitTree and look for things like this so you can see which ones are selling. I'll put a link in the description. And if you want to get this prompt, go to the Shirt Heads community. Have a link in my bio on YouTube. So have fun with this. Be creative. You can see it's really easy to do once you have this design here. Remove the background, add some text, and you got some really, really nice designs that hopefully get you some sales like these are on Etsy. Thanks again for watching. And as always, keep creating and keep learning. I'll see you on the next one.